And now joining me on WION Newsroom, Adya Juneja, who will give us all the insights in the world of business, Nikita Singh giving us the buzz from the tech world, and Atira Sasidharan, who will get us all the updates from the world of sports. And we begin by going over to Adya for market updates.
Thank you, Deeksha. Global markets are feeling the heat this week. First up, tech-heavy markets are set for their steepest weekly drop in 7 months as investors hit pause on the AI rally. The Nasdaq is down nearly 3% for the week, with Japan's Nikkei heading for a 5% slide, its biggest since April. Meta and SoftBank have led the sell-off amid worries that the AI boom may be outpacing real profits. Bond yields fell as investors shifted to safety, with gold briefly topping $4,000 an ounce. And while investors pull back from tech, China's latest export numbers show fresh cracks in global trade momentum. Now, the country's exports unexpectedly fell 1.1% in October, the first drop since February. This comes after a month of front-loading US orders to beat Trump's tariff threats. Shipments to the US plunged more than 25%. Imports barely rose, signaling weak domestic demand. This can also be a warning sign for growth heading into the year 2026. Economists say China may now have to lean on aggressive fiscal policy to support the demand. And in the US, economic strain is taking a more visible form, especially in the skies. A prolonged government shutdown is forcing airlines to slash flight schedules due to a shortage of air traffic controllers. Major carriers are set to cut up to 10% of domestic flights at 40 airports, impacting as many as 268,000 seats daily. Airlines like American, Delta and United are scrambling to minimize disruption as workers continue without pay. The FAA insists flying remains safe, but delays and cancellations are piling up. And finally, while Washington faces gridlock, Elon Musk is celebrating his biggest payday yet. Tesla shareholders have approved the largest CEO pay package in history, worth up to $878 billion. Over 75% backed the plan, betting on his vision to turn Tesla into an AI and robotics powerhouse. Musk is required to meet ambitious milestones, from 20 million vehicles to $8.5 trillion in valuation to unlock full payout. The vote also calms fears that Musk could shift focus to his other ventures like SpaceX and XAI. Well, at the meeting, Musk proposed robo-taxis, a new roadster, and even plans for a gigantic chip fab. Well, that's a wrap from the world of business. Now for all the tech updates, it's over to you, Nikita.
Thanks so much, Adya. First up, the US is reportedly blocking Nvidia from selling its latest scaled-down AI chips to China. According to a report by US tech publication The Information, the White House has told federal agencies that sales of the new Nvidia B30A chip to China will not be permitted. Nvidia has reportedly already provided samples of the chip to several Chinese customers. Now, the B30A can be used to train large language models when deployed in big clusters, a capability many Chinese tech firms rely on. Nvidia has said that it has zero share in China's data center market and does not include in its forecasts. The company is now reportedly reworking the B30A's design in hopes that Washington might reconsider its stance. Meanwhile, Europe's biggest software maker, SAP, is preparing to offer concessions to settle a European Union antitrust probe and avoid a potential heavy fine. According to Reuters, SAP's formal offer is expected shortly as the European Commission seeks market feedback from rivals and customers in the coming weeks. Now, the case marks a rare instance of EU regulators targeting a European tech firm. Amid US criticism that Brussels mainly focuses on American giants like Alphabet, Apple and Meta. The European Commission began investigating SAP's software practices in September and is likely to accept the final offer with only minor adjustments. Now, SAP has said its policies align with competition rules and reflect standard industry practice. And lastly, Google has signed its biggest ever deal for carbon removal credits by funding reforestation projects in the Amazon rainforest. The company's agreement with the Brazilian startup Mombac will offset about 200,000 metric tons of carbon emissions, 4 times more than their 2024 pilot deal. Now, the move comes as big tech firms seek ways to counter the climate impact of power-hungry data centers used for artificial intelligence. Last year, Google committed over $100 million to a range of carbon removal technologies. Well, that's it from the world of tech. Now, my colleague Atra would be taking you through some sports updates across the world. Over to you, Atra.
Thank you so much, Nikita, for all the tech updates. Now let's look at the top sports stories we are tracking for you at this hour. We'll begin with cricket first. There's good news for Indian cricket fans. Pratika Rawal has finally received her World Cup medal. The Indian batter confirmed the news during an exclusive conversation with WION. Pratika Rawal had sustained an injury before the semi-final and Shafali Verma was called in as a replacement. According to the ICC rules, only players named in the final 15-member squad of the championship match are eligible to receive the winner's medal. But a rare exception was made. Rawal was India's second highest run scorer of the tournament with 308 runs from 6 innings. Over in tennis now, Arina Sabalenka has set up a semi-final showdown with Amanda Anisimova at the WTA finals. The world number 1 eliminated defending champion Coco Gauff to reach the last 4. Sabalenka won the match with a scoreline of 7-6, 6-2. Her semi-final with Anisimova will be a repeat of the 2025 US Open final which Sabalenka won. However, overall Anisimova holds a 6-4 head-to-head record over Sabalenka. The world number 1 is seeking a maiden trophy in the event since her run to the final 3 years ago. Staying with tennis, former Wimbledon finalist Nick Kyrgios claims his long-term knee injury has suddenly improved. He is hoping a miracle comeback in the time for the Australian Open. The 30-year-old has played just 5 singles matches in the last 3 years. Kyrgios said he could not explain why, after months of struggling with rehabilitation, there has been such an unexpected and rapid improvement. Kyrgios, whose ranking has slipped to 652 in the world because of his inactivity, would need a wild card from organizers for the Australian Open. Now, lastly, Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland has died at the age of 24. Police are investigating the death as apparent death by suicide. Kneeland was a second-round pick out of the Western Michigan at the 2024 NFL draft, and he scored the first NFL touchdown of his career in a 27-17 loss to the Arizona Cardinals on Monday when he recovered a blocked punt in the end zone. He had played in the 7 of Cowboys games this season. Well, with that, we've come to the end of the sports segment. It's back to you, Diksha.
Thank you so much, Athira, Nikita and Adya for getting us all those updates.